On Capitol Hill, Democrats and Republicans don't often see eye to eye on the issues. But there is one thing both parties seem to agree on.
This is the most ineffective Congress that we have seen.
Shame on us, both parties. We sold the American public out on everything.
It's been challenging. It is an unproductive Congress.
Are you aware of the fact that this has been the most unproductive Congress in the history of the Congress?
I have to dramatically disagree with my colleague, Ms. Crockett, who used data and statistics and facts to claim that this is the least productive Congress in modern history. First of all, this Congress removed the Speaker, okay, which has never happened in the history of the Republic. That's clearly that's a big accomplishment in the 118th. This Congress took 15 rounds to even elect that Speaker that they then removed, right, which was historic in its own right. And who could forget that this Congress, on behalf of the American people, saved gas stoves and ovens and toasters and blenders and dishwashers from the communist grip of energy standards. So I think Ms. Crockett was pointing out that this is least productive. These seem to be accomplishments on behalf of the American people that are clearly historic and may never be repeated in another Congress.
What's up, everybody? Major Retired Richard Ojeda here. From saving gas stoves, ovens, and toasters from the evil communist grips of energy standards, Moskowitz's reel painted a picture of GOP legislative absurdity.
And then they removed a member of their own party. That hadn't happened in 20 years, so kudos to them. They've had a failed impeachment of a president. I don't think we've seen that happen in a really long time. This Congress did impeach a cabinet secretary, though, without meeting any constitutional threshold. We haven't seen that happen in 150 years. This Congress wants to hold Merrick Garland in contempt and then possibly arrest him. I don't think we've ever seen that in the history of the Republic.
During the hearing on the Office of Personal Management, Moskowitz highlighted what he considered the GOP's historic accomplishments. Let's face it, facts and science are like kryptonite to MAGA morons. Jared Moskowitz used humor to underscore this point. Humor, particularly sarcastic humor, can indeed be a patent tool in political discourse, especially when navigating rigid or extreme ideologies. And here's why. When discussions become tense or confrontational, humor can serve as a pressure valve, diffusing the tension and creating a more open atmosphere for dialogue. This indirect approach makes the critique more palatable to the audience, increasing the likelihood that it will be heard and taken into consideration. In the midst of the banter and sarcasm, it became clear that Representative Jared Moskowitz was not merely disagreeing with his colleague, Representative Jasmine Crockett, but rather he was using satire to underscore the glaring absurdities of the 118th Congress. While some may attempt to dismiss Moskowitz's wit as mere jest, the reality is that his humor serves a purpose far greater than entertainment. It shines a light on the hypocrisy and incompetence that defines the Republican Congress. In the end, as the hearing concluded, one thing remained abundantly clear. The 118th Congress's track record, as highlighted by Representative Moskowitz, is indeed historical, but not in the way that they want to be remembered. Pathetic. And that is an absolute fact. Sappers clear the way, airborne all the way.